Coming up on UCF Nightly News, we learn about a $27.9 million investment from the USDA. We'll have more on what this means for farmers and ranchers.
Next, we see what the Covenant House is doing to raise awareness on Hunger and Homelessness Week.
Also, we see how UCF and downtown Valencia hosted a sleep out to support the people's dreams of overcoming homelessness in Central Florida.
In sports, we talk about Gus Malzahn's awarding of the Dodd Trophy coach. Plus, we'll see how the UCF men's basketball team did last night against Cal State.
Nightly News starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to Nightly News. I'm Avery Joens.
And I'm Heather Bazley. Today is Friday, November 17th, 2023.
Over a year and a half after the shooting and killing of Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton, Markeith Lloyd's sentencing and all other convictions have been affirmed by the Florida Supreme Court. According to the deposition, a witness says they saw Lloyd at a Walmart wearing a bulletproof vest. Reports say as Lloyd left the store, Lieutenant Clayton confronted Lloyd, who rushed behind a pillar, pulled his gun, and fatally shot her. As of Thursday afternoon, the Florida Supreme Court says they reviewed all evidence and witness statements and have affirmed the decision.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture is investing $27.9 million to support beginning farmers and ranchers for the essential continuation of agricultural production in the United States.
Secretary Xochitl Torres announced the support across 45 organizations that teach and train beginners. It also includes programs for U.S. veterans who are entering into agricultural careers and starting new farming businesses.
I think it could make people realize the importance of farming and the impact it has on individual families if there are more local farmers, because then they're going to have a presence at the farmers markets and can be more engaging than some other of the larger companies.
The USDA's goal is to provide new producers with the support they need to succeed and the educational resources to guide their operations on the path towards long-term sustainability and profitability.
In the U.S., the average farmer feeds around 155 people throughout the year.
These resources cover a wide range of professional development activities and topics such as managing capital, acquiring and managing land, and farming practices. The UCF Dining Hall is working to support farmers by providing a space to sell local produce. This is a health-efficient way for students who are looking for affordable goods that also help assist local farmers. Nick Resnick, a first-year biomedical science student, says people underestimate the importance of local farmers.
I think a lot of people don't realize the importance of farmers. I mean, it's just kind of very transactional. You go to the grocery store, you buy your food, but where does that food come from? How do you support farmers, and how do you make sure that you provide for them so they can provide for you?
This investment is a part of the National Institute of Food and Agriculture Beginning Farmer and Rancher Development Program. This gives farmers access to vital knowledge that aids them during their first 10 years of operation.
USDA says farming and ranching strengthens the local economy. It also provides jobs to local people and can even help support local wildlife.
Today is the last day of National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week. The Covenant House organizes several events across the globe to spread awareness about hunger and homelessness among transitional youth. Karen Olson says some Covenant House's initiatives include seasonal drives, a transitional housing program, and an annual sleep out. She says they offer resources to help transitional youth learn independent living skills such as budgeting and finding a job.
We work with young people specifically experiencing homelessness, 18 to 24. So we see a lot of our young people coming in who are in need of a place to stay, food, hygiene items, a shower, things like that.
Visit their website at covenanthousefl.org to learn about more ways to get involved.
Downtown Valencia and UCF hosted a sleep out event to raise awareness about youth homelessness in Central Florida. Its goal is to educate students on the importance of this issue. Reporter Isabella Benhuema attended this event and spoke with a student who knows firsthand what it feels like.
Growing up without having a place where to sleep is an obstacle that freshman Logan Smith says he had to experience.
Well, when I was 4, my mom and I got put into a shelter, so I ended up moving out to Cali. with my uncle. I came back to Florida when I was about 7. My mom was in and out of toxic relationships, so we ended up getting put out the house quite a bit. All in middle school, I was homeless for 3 years. Me and my mom were sleeping in the car.
Approximately 1 in 4 18 to 22-year-olds reporting homelessness were enrolled in college, according to a study done by the University of Chicago. UCF Downtown partnered with the Covenant House organization for their annual Sleep Out event. Its aim is to give students a taste of what sleeping outside overnight is like.
The purpose of this event and what we do here is we'll have folks gather here. We're going to learn about the cause and learn about youth homelessness as a whole and understand how it impacts not only youth, but specifically our subpopulation of college students.
This event hoped to teach students how common homelessness is among transitional youth and how this may be impacting people close to them.
According to organizers, this event also raises funds to help move homeless students from transitional houses to permanent ones. Logan says he grew as a person after he overcame homelessness. Now, his aim is to help others who share his same experience.
It helped build my character, because in the day you don't know what people are going through, and it's also just like to sit there and help people who feel like who like the whole world is like kind of crumbling down on them, and let them know that I'm there for you.
Logan says he encourages those experiencing homelessness to persevere, remain optimistic, and find the right support system. In Orlando, Isabela Benjumea, UCF Nightly News.
If you are experiencing homelessness and need help or want to learn more, you can call Covenant House at 407-482-0404.
UCF researchers are taking recycling to a new level by transforming greenhouse gas waste into useful products. They found that many chemical compounds can be broken and rearranged to form new chemicals. With this information, scientists can take products that seem like waste, such as greenhouse gas methane, and turn them into useful, eco-friendly products to improve sustainability. This tech can be used to convert landfill methane into hydrogen for local energy for the creation of batteries for electric cars.
In collaboration with the Multicultural Student Center, Rosen Life hosted a Taste of the Holidays event on Wednesday. November is recognized as Native American Heritage Month since 1990. To appreciate the Native American heritage along with others, Rosen Life and MNC invited Native Insight to educate and promote the Native American culture. They spoke at the event and performed cultural dances. The function took place at the Rosen campus courtyard with tables showcasing the holidays happening like Diwali, Hanukkah, Lunar New Year, and more. Tommy Baldrich, the student director of Rosen Life, says the aim of this event is to celebrate these holidays for students unable to.
A lot of Rosen students can't go home for the holidays, either due to being international or just work. So we want to make a little home for the holidays for them. So today we featured those 6 holidays, one traditional dish or beverage from each of those holidays.
Students also enjoyed artificial snowfall in the courtyard to feel the winter cheer in Florida a little early.
The holiday season is in full swing, and the prices of turkeys seem to have gotten the memo, dropping by 22% from the prices just a year ago, according to the American Farm Bureau Federation. A Thanksgiving dinner this year will gobble up less of your wallet. The average cost of dinner for 10 people will be $61.17, 4.5% less than last year's record of $64.05. Despite this, assistant manager of Knight's Pantry, Chloe Milleron, says people still need help and that the stigma behind receiving donations needs to be removed.
There's kind of like a stigma around the fact coming here, getting free food, but really we're trying to destigmatize it and just let students know that we're here to help and there's no shame in coming and using our services.
With an average price of just $127 per pound, the price of turkeys is at an all-year low. However, experts say you can expect the average to drop even further as we near Thanksgiving. Now let's go ahead and see what our weather anchor Ron Perretti has to say about the weather this weekend.
Yeah, Avery, personally, I would love to see some cooler temps so I can take out my cute winter sweaters. What's it going to be like, Ron?
You definitely can start to bring out your winter clothes as we are starting to get into the low 70s and high 60s. And if you're planning to go out this weekend, I would suggest to keep a jacket or something to stay warm. At the moment, the high is 72 degrees with 96% humidity and the winds up to 9 miles per hour. The rain has been coming down the last couple of days, but it should be coming to a stop before 4 p.m. today. However, cloudy conditions will continue today and tomorrow before the sun comes out on Sunday. With this consistent rainfall, students have been carrying umbrellas on campus to stay dry. There's a 20% chance of rain going into the weekend, and as I mentioned, you should start seeing the rain slow down today. Enjoy the weekend weather while it lasts, because the rain showers will continue to pick up on Tuesday. The rain will go into Thanksgiving, so plan accordingly. There was also up to 10 inches of rainfall in southern Florida, so if you're planning on traveling for the holidays, keep that in mind. I will give you more details about your Thanksgiving week weather later on.
Coming up after the break, we take a look at how UCF is recognizing International Education Week.
Plus, more on why Starbucks employees are protesting and how corporate is responding.
Later on, we talk about some holiday deals Brightline is offering, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
UCF will be expanding its healthcare partnerships to prepare practice-ready nurses. Launched this fall, the new dedicated education units at Pegasus partnered with Advent Health and Orlando Health, strengthening their front line to improve the health of the community. The new DEU model allows students the chance to develop relationships with not only their nurse preceptor, but their nurse managers, physicians, support staff, and even HR in some cases. The DEU model is gaining popularity all across the U.S. for its proven benefits to nursing schools and healthcare organizations.
This week, UCF is celebrating International Education Week. President Alexander Cartwright says this celebration is a joint initiative between the U.S. Departments of State and Education to highlight international education and the importance of keeping a global mindset. UCF is home to over 5,000 international students, according to President Cartwright. UCF Global is the first U.S. experience for many international students. On Thursday, UCF Global celebrated Colombian culture. These events are hosted to make students like Ecuadorian Ana Valentina feel less homesick.
They make us feel as like not really like very distant from home or country, because everybody here is like a family. You know, you came in the building and everybody is from another country, so that's great.
Tina also says she hopes to see more events that celebrate different cultures, especially from her home country, Ecuador.
Starbucks employees across the country walked out on the company's busiest day of the year yesterday. Red Cup Day is the one day a year that Starbucks hands out free reusable holiday-themed cups. To create the largest financial impact, unionized employees took the picket line. They say they're protesting unsafe working conditions, limited benefits, and unfair pay. In a statement from Starbucks, they said, "We understand that these promotional days change store patterns and traffic, and that's why our retail leaders have the flexibility to build and adjust staffing schedules to reflect the unique and dynamic needs of each store."
The National Retail Federation says that U.S. holiday sales are expected to grow at their slowest pace in 5 years. They also say that online purchases and other non-store sales are expected to increase between 7 to 9%. This totals between $273.7 billion and $278.8 billion. A report by Sensormatic Solutions predicts warmer weather is to blame for a drop in the shoppers. They say shopping traffic remained steady in 2022 after a 17.2% rise in 2020.
While many hit the stores around the holidays in hopes of scoring some Black Friday deals, Brightline is offering some deals of their own. They have coined the deal Bright Friday, which drops one-way fares to a starting price of $59 until February 29, 2024. Only on Thanksgiving Day, they will be offering a flat rate of $39. Certain dates are excluded from this offer, so Brightline encourages people to plan ahead. As of now, there are still many seats available for the days before and following Thanksgiving. Brightline says they encourage people to plan ahead.
AAA says that 2.1 million travelers are expected to pass through Orlando International Airport this Thanksgiving period. That's a 17% increase from last year. To account for the extra influx of people, the airport is offering about 2,000 more spots than previous years. Airport officials recommend your loved ones follow the 3-2-1 rule when arriving. That's getting to the ticket counter 3 hours before your flight, the TSA checkpoint 2 hours early, and lastly, your gate 1 hour before departure.
Plenty of rain hit Florida over the last few days, causing thousands in South Florida to lose power. Tens of thousands of residents lost power overnight on Wednesday, according to Florida Power and Light. The National Weather Service reported between 4 to 8 inches fell in a 24-hour period. In the Everglades in South Miami, residents received close to 15 inches of rain, and Broward County Public Schools closed on Thursday due to the weather conditions. Despite the gray skies, tourists in Miami say they are staying optimistic about the weather looking forward.
You guys in Florida get it a whole lot more, the hurricanes and such, but, we get it too. So, it's part of the experience, it's all good.
If you are planning on heading down south tonight, officials advise you to drive with caution. Nightly News weather anchor Ronald Perretti will give us the latest on this weekend's forecast coming up.
After the break, we see how rain continues in Florida throughout the day.
Plus, our friends from Embry-Riddle will tell us what the weather is like across the state of Florida.
We'll also take a look at how UCF basketball is doing early in their season. Nightly News will be right back after the break. It's been raining a lot this week, hasn't it, Heather?
Yeah, Avery, I'm missing the sunshine. Ron joins us once again to give us the weather for the week.
So, Ron, what are the conditions looking like across the state?
Well, to start off, let's look at the highs. So starting out in the state's capital in Tallahassee, 79 degrees high. You look at Jacksonville, 76. Then you start to come down a little bit in Orlando. We're still got 78. Tampa, 80 at the coast. Miami, still getting the warm, getting cooler, but it's still at a warm 83. Now let's switch to the lows. Tallahassee is already getting that low 60s, high 50s, along with Jacksonville. Orlando and Tampa, along with Miami, has gotten a lot of rainfall the last couple of days. So now we're starting to get that cooler weather in 66. And now if we take a look at the 5-day forecast. So as you look across the week, we have temperatures in the high 70s, low 80s. But if you look at the lows, this is the really important part. If you look at the lows, we're starting to get to that low 60s. And into Wednesday, we are getting to that high 50. Little rain on Wednesday. That's the only rain that you have problems with. The rest of the week, you should be okay. Saturday, you might also get some rain. This rainfall that has been going on for the last couple of days, it might happen on Saturday. But across the week, high 70s, low 80s, and your lows will be high 60s or mid 60s and then high 50s. Back to you guys at the desk.
Let's check in with our partners at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Meteorology major Madison Croker shows us what the weather is looking like across the nation.
Good afternoon. I'm student meteorologist here, Madison Croker at Embry-Riddle, and today I'm going to be showing you the weekend forecast for the nation. We have a storm system moving up the East Coast, along with some wet weather in California, but staying nice and dry and calm in the middle. This low pressure system that we had that was giving us a ton of rain is going to be heading out Friday afternoon. Moving up the East Coast, though, into the New England area, so they will see some rain on Saturday. As we head over to California, though, they have an upper level low bringing in some rain, and especially towards the south of California, they could see some potential thunderstorms, which is pretty rare. They have some snow also in the mountains. Looking at the forecast temperatures for the middle of the nation, it's going to be reaching the upper 60s, which is pretty rare for Oklahoma and Nebraska. And that's going to be a change for them this November. But I hope you guys enjoy the weather this weekend.
Coming up on UCF Nightly News, we take a look at how UCF men's basketball played last night.
Next, we learn more about the UCF men's football earn the favor of a certain cracker. Plus, we take a look at what coach has been picked as the Dodd Trophy Coach of the Week.
Nightly News will be right back.
Good afternoon, Knights. I'm Amy Diaz, here to give you your UCF sports update. The UCF men's basketball team played Cal State last night. The Knights won 72-44. It was a slow start for UCF, but it picked up in the second half thanks to the defense, keeping Fullerton under 25% from the field. One exceptional player on the defense was number 11, Abrame Diallo, with 5 blocks. Head coach Johnny Dawkins said the program was built upon having a strong defense.
You know, we have pride in what we do in our program, and this program was built, you know, by guys like Taco Fall and B.J. Taylor and our guys. It was built on defense, and that's not going to change. So anybody that recruit has to embrace the fact that you're going to have to defend every possession here hard, or it's probably not the right place for you.
The Knights are currently 2-1 and will be looking for another win as they play this Sunday at 8 p.m. on the road against South Dakota State. Following a dominant 45-3 victory against the number 15th ranked Oklahoma State last Saturday, UCF football has been named Cheez-It National Team of the Week. UCF recorded its first top 15 win since 2017 when the Knights defeated the 7th ranked Auburn in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. It was also the first top 15 home win since 2009 against the 13th ranked Houston. The 42-point win over Oklahoma State marked the largest margin of victory over a ranked opponent in UCF history. UCF football head coach Gus Malzahn has been selected as the Dodd Trophy Coach of the Week. The award is given to a football coach who has led their team to a significant victory during the previous week, while also embodying the Cheez-It pillars of scholarship, leadership, and integrity. Malzahn led the Knights to that toppling victory over Oklahoma State last week. This victory marks his 100th win of his career. That's all I have for you in sports. Back to you, Avery and Heather.
Well, you guys, today is National Hiking Day. Do you guys have any plans for after this?
I might head over to the Orlando wetlands. They have a vast majority of hiking trails that go on for miles.
Yeah, you can see a lot of wildlife there right now, too.
Yes.
Some birds coming over from up north. Yeah. I was thinking about heading out to Lake Jessup myself. What about you, Amy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know of any good trails here in Orlando. I'm not really a hiker, but I think the weather's going to be perfect for it. It's not going to be too hot. It's not going to be too cold. Hopefully the rain stays away, so it would be a good week for that.
Yeah. Absolutely. But that's our time for right now. Thanks for joining us. And remember, you can always keep up with us during the week on our website, nicholsonstudentmedia.com.
And if you got a story idea you want us to know about, send it our way. You can reach us at nightlynewsucf@gmail.com or by following us on Instagram at UCF Nightly News.
Thanks for watching and have a good day.
Good, Avery.
Amy.
Amy, you're like, I don't know any good trails in Orlando.